Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of VGO Reads. And today I'm going to be discussing a book by the name of El Narco by Lone Grillo. It could be Grillo. I don't know if the two double L's are actually pronounced an H. But this book is fantastic. The author, Lone, is from the United Kingdom. So he gives a very interesting take on how the Mexican and American border issues have affected the drug smuggling, trafficking people, all sorts of different criminal enterprises that are going back and forth across the border. And he does it from a very interesting perspective because he's got no skin in the game. It's not like we're reading it about a DEA agent who's writing a book or somebody who's a prosecutor in Mexico writing a book. We're reading it from the point of view of a journalist from the United Kingdom that has been covering the drug wars from the very beginning. So, well, not from the very beginning, but from the beginning of the time he gets there. And he jumps around to Colombia, Mexico, El Salvador. I really enjoyed this book because he gives you a perspective from everybody. He speaks to narcos in prison. He speaks to DEA agents. He speaks to informants. He speaks to snitches, prosecutors, government officials. It's a very thorough look at how the drug war affects people, how the drug war affects communities, the devastation. It goes into a great deal. I think a lot of the things that narco culture spawn is a morbid fascination with all the murders and killings, decapitations, all these different things. And again, he doesn't shy away from any of that. But at the end of the day, just like with any of these books I read about the violence that takes place in these organizations, there's no really answer. There's no real answer of why it is that they're this brutal. Why they'll say it's because they want to send a message, but after like the fifth body gets hung from the top of an overpass, I think the message has been sent. I just think for some reason they enjoy this level of violence. That being said, the book is excellent. It gives you that icky feeling of how the United States was funding a lot of these insurgencies in Colombia to stop the drug trafficking, and how the catch and release of narco informants. It gets a little bit heavy. Of course, it also gets really heavy when he talks to the victims, especially people who have lost loved ones and family members. It's tough. It's rough, but it's a great book, and I definitely recommend it. Now, I'm gonna real quick segue this into a reason why I like this book specifically is because of how much detail this author went into, and of course it's because he is a I guess reporter, so details are very important to him. So I read this other I've read other books on the drug wars, and some of them are good, some of them aren't. I'll give you an example of what I mean. I've read a couple memoirs from DEA agents, and they'll go and they'll give you a dissertation about how there was this guy, and we found him, and we chased him down, and we tracked him down, and we flipped him, and I went undercover. And there's never any like behind the scenes of how they actually did it. It's always given in and then we did this, and then we did that, and then we went to Thailand, and then we came back. There was none of that in El Narco. El Narco was Okay, you have this capo, this drug leader, and he gets taken out, and now this person takes over, and it's a perpetual cycle. So you never, even in this book, when they'll take down big drug dealers or whatever, it won't matter. At the end of the day, it won't matter because they're quick to point out that somebody else will just jump right in, and I appreciated that. And not that I guess I have a cynical view of this stuff, and this author kind of mirrors that kind of cynicism. I mean, I don't agree with everything he says in his final conclusions, but I do agree with the majority of, this is a major issue on both sides of the border. So if you guys get a chance, I would suggest you pick up and you read El Narco by Lon Grillo and take it for what it is. I mean, it's if you're from the United States, this is going to give you a good idea of what people are facing right across our southern border. If you're from Europe or any other nation outside of the continental U.S., you're going to find it interesting how many, how, I don't want to say corrupt, but how inept our governments are in handling these situations. So, again, El Narco, if you guys get a chance, check it out. I hope to be bringing you a couple more books that I'm in the process of reading because I kind of want to put shorter videos out. You're going to notice that I had another video on my channel that was taken down. I had to take it down. So I'm going to try to keep these short, and I'm not going to try to infringe on anything. So thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys again next time.